Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into the wild world of holiday shopping. Whether you're trekking through ancient ruins or hitting up a quirky local market, finding the perfect souvenir can be a real challenge. We've all been there, staring blankly at a wall of generic keychains, feeling the pressure to find something cool and meaningful, but fear not, my friends, I've got your back. Today we're breaking down the essential do's and don'ts of souvenir shopping. I'm talking about scoring unique finds, avoiding tourist traps, and making sure you get the most bang for your buck. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get this shopping spree started. Okay, first things first. Before you even think about packing your bags, we gotta talk research. Think of it like this. You're about to embark on a treasure hunt, and every good treasure hunter needs a map, right? Your phone is your new best friend here. Jump online, fire up Google Maps, and start scouting out local markets, independent shops, and hidden gem boutiques. Don't be afraid to dive into travel blogs and forums for insider tips on where to find those one-of-a-kind treasures. Look for places that specialize in local crafts, handmade goods, or vintage items. These places are often run by passionate artisans and collectors who can tell you the stories behind the pieces. And hey, while you're at it, jot down some notes on local specialties. Knowing what's unique to the area will help you avoid those generic, mass-produced souvenirs. Remember, a little research goes a long way, so do your homework and I promise your souvenir game will be strong. Alright, let's talk tourist traps. Those neon-lit sirens calling out to you with promises of cheap souvenirs and I Heart Insert City Name t-shirts. You know the ones, right next to the most famous landmark. Crowded with tourists and blasting cheesy music. Yeah, those are the ones to avoid like the plague. Tourist traps are tempting. They're convenient and flashy, but you're usually sacrificing quality and authenticity. Think about it. Those mass-produced trinkets, often made with cheap materials, probably traveled farther than you did to get there. Do you really want a souvenir that screams, I went to the gift shop and bought the same thing as everyone else? Tourist traps are notorious for inflated prices. That must have shot glass they're selling for $10. You can probably find it for half the price at a local market. Remember, the goal is to find a souvenir that tells a story, something that sparks joy and reminds you of your trip for years to come. So steer clear of those tourist traps and let's explore some more authentic options. Now that we've tackled research and avoiding tourist traps, let's talk about the fun part, finding those unique, one-of-a-kind treasures. Trust me, there's nothing like the feeling of stumbling upon a hidden gem that speaks to you on a personal level. How do you find these treasures? Venture off the beaten path. Explore side streets, local markets, and independent shops that might not be on the main tourist drag. Look for items that are handmade, crafted with care and attention to detail. These pieces often have a story behind them, a connection to the local culture and tradition. The best souvenirs are often the ones you have to search for, the ones you discover tucked away in unexpected places. Embrace the thrill of the hunt, keep your eyes peeled, and be open to the unexpected. All right, let's talk about those mass-produced souvenirs, the ones you find in every tourist shop from Paris to Phuket. You know the ones, the generic keychains, the my family member went to destination, and all I got was this lousy t-shirts, the shot glasses with the same generic design. Yeah, those are the ones we're going to avoid. They're cheap and easy to find, but they lack soul and that personal touch. When you look back on your travels, do you want to be reminded of that generic keychain you could have bought anywhere in the world? Or do you want a souvenir that tells a story, something that reflects the unique culture and craftsmanship of the place you visited? Mass-produced souvenirs are often overpriced and lack quality, so ditch the mass-produced mayhem and opt for something with character, something that reflects the heart and soul of the place you visited. One of the best ways to uncover hidden souvenir gems is to tap into the knowledge of the locals. Seriously, who knows a city better than the people who live there? They're like walking, talking treasure maps. Don't be shy. Strike up conversations with shop owners, hotel staff, or even that friendly barista making your morning coffee. Ask them about their favorite local markets, unique shops, or places where they buy gifts for their own families. You'll be amazed at the insider tips you can uncover just by asking. Locals are proud of their city and eager to share its hidden treasures with visitors who are genuinely interested. So break out of that tourist bubble, put on your friendliest smile, and don't be afraid to ask for recommendations. All right, let's talk about haggling, that delicate dance of negotiation that can often feel intimidating. But trust me, in many parts of the world, haggling is not just expected, it's part of the fun of shopping. Now, before you go throwing out lowball offers, let's set some ground rules. First and foremost, be respectful. Haggling should be a friendly exchange, not a battle of wills. Start by asking for the price politely, then feel out the situation. In some cultures, as simple as "that your best price" is a perfectly acceptable way to initiate a haggle. You can also try the classic "I'm on a tight budget" approach, but be genuine. If you're buying multiple items, consider asking for a discount and always be prepared to walk away if you're not comfortable with the price. Sometimes the act of walking away is all it takes to get a better offer. Remember, haggling is a skill that takes practice. The more you haggle, the more confident you'll become. Okay, let's talk authenticity, because nobody wants to bring home a fake souvenir. Especially when you're investing in something unique or handmade, you want to make sure you're getting the real deal. So how can you spot a fake? Look closely at the craftsmanship. Are there any signs of mass production, like uneven stitching or glue marks? Feel the material. Does it feel cheap and synthetic? Or does it have the weight and texture of the real deal? If something feels off, it's probably best to walk away. Remember, it's better to miss out on a deal than to bring home a fake souvenir. All right, let's talk about overpaying, because we've all been there. You get caught up in the excitement of finding the perfect souvenir, and the next thing you know, you're handing over way more cash than you intended. When you're on vacation, it's easy to fall into the treat-yourself mentality. But remember, those souvenirs are coming home with you, and that credit card bill will eventually rear its ugly head. So how do you avoid overpaying? First and foremost, do your research before you even step foot in a shop. Have a general idea of what things cost. Check online marketplaces, browse local shops in your home city, or ask fellow travelers for price comparisons. Don't be afraid to negotiate. Remember that haggling we talked about earlier? Now's the time to put those skills to good use. And if you're not comfortable haggling, try the simple act of asking for a better price. Be willing to walk away. If a price doesn't feel right, don't be afraid to politely decline and walk away. Now let's talk about the bigger picture of souvenir shopping, the idea of using your purchasing power to make a positive impact. I'm talking about supporting local artisans, small businesses, and ethical practices. When you choose to buy from local creators, you're not just getting a unique and meaningful souvenir, you're directly supporting the local economy and helping to preserve traditional crafts. Look for shops that showcase the work of local artists, cooperatives that support fair trade practices, or markets where indigenous communities sell their handmade goods. These are the places where your purchases can truly make a difference. Even if you're not in the market for souvenirs, consider supporting local businesses in other ways. Grab a coffee from a local cafe, dine at a family-run restaurant, or book a tour with a local guide. Travel is not just about seeing new places, it's about connecting with people and cultures. Let's talk about customs, because nobody wants their souvenir shopping spree to end with a hefty fine or a confiscated treasure. The last thing you want is to get back home excited to unpack those unique finds only to have them seized at customs. Some seemingly harmless items can actually land you in hot water depending on your destination and home country regulations. For example, some countries have strict rules about bringing back certain fruits, vegetables or plants, or that some animal products like ivory or coral are highly regulated and often illegal to import. Before you go, take a few minutes to familiarize yourself with the customs regulations of both your destination and your home country. A little bit of research and awareness can ensure a smooth and hassle-free return from your travels. So there you have it, folks, my insider tips for finding the best souvenirs on your next adventure. Remember, it's not about bringing back a suitcase full of mass-produced trinkets. It's about finding those unique pieces that speak to you, that tell a story, and that will transport you back to your travels for years to come. Support local artisans, bargain like a pro, and don't be afraid to venture off the beaten path. The most memorable souvenirs are often the ones you have to hunt for, the ones with a story behind them. Now get out there, explore, discover, and happy souvenir hunting. Don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe for more travel tips, and share your own souvenir stories in the comments below. Safe travels, everyone!